Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because otherwise I wouldn't be here. Now, first thing about the courseware rests on a computer and is supported by text materials. That's very unconventional nowadays. People say, well, we have the course on a printed text and then we support it with the computer. This is just the opposite. If I'm going to go to the computer now and I'm going to open a folder on my trusty old PowerBook, and you don't have to be able to read that, but what you ought to realize is that there is a thick calculus book, a rather thin matrix theory course, and a rather fat differential equations book sitting right there on your computer. And when you want to open this book, you just go select there's growth, and there are 8-9 weeks of lessons for Calc 1. When you open these up, you find that each lesson consists of 3 parts. And I don't know if you can read them, but you can see there are 3 things there. They're basic ideas, tutorial ideas, and give it a tries. Now, instead of going to lectures in this course, students work on give it a try problems, and then they use the basics and tutorials for research materials. And now we'll go back to the computer and take a look at, just a brief look at what students actually do. And now if we go to the computer, that's one of my favorite graphics. This was done by Jennifer Phillips, one of our Calc 3 students, and she did that all with spherical coordinates and binormals and all kinds of things that made that beautiful flower that to me is the symbol of this program. Let's take a look at just a brief look at what this courseware is like, because it's probably unlike anything you've ever seen before. What we stumbled onto, and we've been doing this for 10 years, is we believe that the problem with learning mathematics is that we try to teach it as a language, whereas mathematics is very much an experimental thing, and it's possible to get students to announce ideas through visualization. Let's see what we mean by that. Here's a student sample from NetMath, and this was in the very first year of NetMath, or the second year. This one came in, and I've loved it so much I've kept it ever since. Here's a simple calculus problem. A rock is dropped into a well and hits the bottom in 3.7 seconds. How deep is the well? This is Nicole Summer from her position from her desk at Taylorville High School answering. And notice that what we ask for is writing. We ask for and we get it, writing. First thing I'm going to do is set the constants. Now, I don't know if you can see the yellow color she's chosen for her background, but she says, gee, this yellow color makes me wish it was summertime. She enters what she thinks is appropriate here into Mathematica. This is her own work. She enters the initial condition on velocity and the acceleration. And then she goes right to work and she says, since the velocity is the integral of the acceleration, I am going to integrate it. And since position is the integral of velocity, I am going to integrate it, which she does right here. And now she has this formula, f of t is her integral velocity, so she says, I'm going to put the 3.7 into the f of t formula to get me the depth of the well, which she does. Minus 2, well, you can see it, it's minus 219. And then she assesses. This is what we also ask for. We ask for saying why you're going to do a calculation and then assessment of the calculation. The well is approximately 219 feet deep. The negative sign means the object went down 219, and the last time I checked, when you drop a rock in a well, it goes down. So all is well. Get it? Now here's what we get. We get some unexpectedly fine results from our students. Now I want to say that the students that we have all seem to share a motivation. I like to think that they're motivated because of the excitement of the courseware. They may be independently, but maybe it's not that simple. I think these are just great students. But we see, our student experience is not what other math teachers' student experience is. We see students who are on fire because they're accomplishing something. We see students who outperform conventionally taught students in follow-up courses. We have students who turn their math juices on. I don't even know if students out there taking the book calculus courses have any idea what that would mean, but I think our students do. We have students who have fun. We have students who are empowered by the technology they use. These students want to get in the modern world, and they're very happy to use what they regard, and I regard, as latest technology. And finally, what we have are teachers in the program who are just very proud of their students. And we feel great, okay?